straight ahead. At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left. Recalculating, recalculating, recalculating. You have reached your destination. So how many of you have a GPS in your car? And how many of you have it set to the female voice? Interesting. Then we may have taken lots of fabulous trips together. Now, as a voice in over 25 million GPS units in cars around the world, many, many, many people come up to me and they want to share stories with me about their relationship with their GPS. And they all have one. They have a relationship with their GPS. They want to tell me about the time when we went to Milwaukee together to their cousin's wedding. And they want to tell me about the time we were in Italy, and if it wasn't for me, we would still be lost in the mountains. But the one thing they want to share with me more than anything else is about the word recalculating. They don't like that word. You don't like that word, do you? Makes you feel bad. You did something wrong, you took a wrong turn. Bad girl, recalculating. So I explain to them, well, here's the thing. They tell me that I'm yelling at them. Do you feel like I get angry when I say the word recalculating? You do when I take a wrong turn. And people come up to me and they say, you know, when you say the word recalculating, you get angry. And I explain to them, my voice doesn't change. When I recorded the voice system that ended up in all those GPS units, we recorded for almost 50 hours. And we only recorded 4 hours at a time because they did not want my voice to sound fatigued. They wanted me to stay calm and consistent. They wanted my voice to be calm and consistent, so I know my voice doesn't change. When I say recalculating, it's just like every other direction. But isn't it funny how when we're driving in our car and we make a wrong turn and we hear the word recalculating, we think the GPS is yelling at us because we made a wrong turn. Now, I am here to tell you that recalculating is good news. It's reassurance. It's like a new beginning, a fresh start. For golfers, it's like a mulligan. And when you hear the word recalculating, you're already back on track. It's like a do-over. And I believe that we can recalculate at any time in life, just like we can in our car. Now, when we take a wrong turn in our car, we hear the instructions after we hear the word recalculating. We get back on track, headed toward our destination. And then when we take a wrong turn in life, we come off the highway and we wander around on a back road, sometimes for years, aimlessly. I mean, think of all those people who've made major wrong turns in life. No one in here, none of us, right? No, we haven't made any wrong turns. But just think about that. If only they had remembered to use the word recalculating. Now, when I was a little girl, I was 7 years old, I would dream of my singing voice and my songs coming out of the car radio, singing, "Strong woman is what I see and hear. A strong woman will soon be standing here." And I never imagined that it would be my speaking voice coming out of all of those GPS units around the world, giving drivers directions. And ultimately, I recalculated my entire business. And now, as well as giving people directions in their cars, I'm giving people directions in life. And that is totally unexpected. And I've had to recalculate my thinking. I'm delighted, but completely surprised. I want you to know that you never need to be embarrassed about referring back to your roadmap. So how do you know when it's time to recalculate? I have the 5 directions for recalculating. Number 1 is just to simply notice you're off route, to notice that you've taken a wrong turn. Number 2 is to be willing to make a change. Number 3 is to look toward your destination. Number 4 is to move from the passenger seat to the driver's seat. And number 5 is to take an action Any action, just a simple action. You might want to walk around the block to clear your head, get on the phone to a friend to talk it through, or simply to take a deep breath. Why don't we do that right now together? Ready? That feels so much better. Now, there are those little tiny recalculations in life, and then there are those major life recalculations. And I want to share with you about one of my major life recalculations. Now, you've heard of the GFC, the global financial crisis? Well, my husband and I had what we refer to as our PFC, our personal financial crisis. One way or another, I am determined we are going to get to our destination kind of change. Number 3 is to look toward the destination, and for us, that was financial freedom. Number 4 was to move from the passenger seat to the driver's seat, and we were ready for that. And number 5 was to take an action, and we took massive action, one little action at a time. Recalculating can only begin when you are willing to admit you are lost. You cannot choose. You cannot always choose what happens to you in life, but we can always choose our experience or how we react to what is happening. You know, I love to tell people where to go and what to do. So I want you to think about one thing in your life that isn't going in the direction you want it to, that isn't going the way that you want it to. And I want you to think about being willing to make a change and not to be afraid of that change. And then we're going to go through those 5 directions for recalculating. So number 1 is just to notice that you are off route. Number 2 is to be willing to make that change, to make a change that you're going to see to it this time, to get to that destination and look toward that destination. And number 4 is to move from the passenger seat to the driver's seat. And number 5 is to take an action. Just one step, one little direction toward that destination. Now, I want you to remember that you can use your GPS as your personal motivational device. Next time you're in your car and you make a wrong turn and you hear the word recalculating, remember, this is good news. You are already back on track. Ask again, do you want to practice recalculating? Okay, so I need you to give me a beat. Can you give me a beat? Okay, I want you to repeat after me. You ready? Recalculating, 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 recalculating. Oh, yes. Recalculating, recalculating. Up the back. Recalculating. Thank you very much. You guys are fantastic. Have a great day.